Okay, so if you have pretty hair or nice hair or good hair, and you know, if you don't have that, then what? What's the opposite of pretty hair? Hey guys, all right. Now, in the last 2 weeks, I met about 4 people who 2 of which went natural for a time and then went back to perming their hair, and the other 2 was really struggling with their, and I was just like, you know, I take it for granted that some, you know, the people who probably watch my videos might be dealing with the same thing, and I just wanted to touch on it. I have made several videos here on YouTube about, you know, your mind process with going natural. Some of them I had to take down because when I became partner, I had a few videos that were violating, you know, the whole having music and, you know, all that stuff. So I had to take some videos down. Okay, let me tell you what one of the naturals said. One of the naturals was saying that, you know, she was just having a very difficult time with her journey. And she had only been natural, I think, for like 6 months or so, and she went back to perming her hair. 1 had big chopped and 1 was transitioning, okay, of the 4. So it's not, you know, like a big chop thing or a transition thing. I'm just going to speak just in general. But they, you know, they were like, man, like some people are just having, you know, like I just wasn't having, oh Lord, I just wasn't having the same journey that everybody else was doing. And I was just like, what you talking about, girl? I was struggling, and you know, they were admiring my hair, and I was just like, okay, I struggled for the first, I would say 18, 19 months because I had big chop my hair, so that was kind of a culture shock. I had to learn how to take care of my hair, for one, because I had no clue. And the second one was I had to accept my hair because I was brainwashed to thinking that in Jamaica we have this thing of pretty hair, okay? So if you have pretty hair or nice hair or good hair, and you know, if you don't have that, then what? What's the opposite of pretty hair? What's the opposite of good hair? What's the opposite of nice hair? You know, that's what I had. So I had to, you know, basically emancipate myself from that thought process, okay? So it wasn't easy for me. And I was just like, no, I said, and I'm hoping that if you just subscribe to me, see, you know, a couple of my later videos, I hope you're not getting the impression that I think that this natural journey is a breeze, okay? Now, maybe for some people it's a breeze, but for me, it still isn't, and it wasn't. Now, I do have some periods where I got it, like, yeah, I got this, you know, kind of thing. And so I gave them 3 categories. Now, my 3 categories are not mutually exclusive, and I'm not saying those are the only 3 categories, but I figured I'll come on and share it with you guys, and you guys tell me what you think. Maybe you guys can add some more, I'm sure, but I just wanted these 3 categories. Okay, so I said that you have the Permaholic phase, okay? And that also includes people who are permed, and I'm not dissing anybody, I'm just saying Permaholic because I was there. You have the Permaholic phase, then you have the recovering Permaholic, and then you have the reformed Permaholic, okay? So the Permaholic phase, all right, where if you were like me when I was permed, if I had 1/1,000,000th of a new growth, okay, I was in the hair salon, either 1 getting a perm or 2 getting a blow up from the Dominicans so that my hair could be flowy and straight and, you know, bouncy, okay? And when I went natural, I was still a permaholic because I was feeding for that perm, okay? I just did not believe that I looked good. I mean, I was looking in the mirror like, what the heck did I do with myself? Like, as I was growing out my hair, and I was just like, my hair is dry as heck, and all I need is that perm, okay? Now, if I was not like terrified of putting that thing back in my hair, I probably would not be sitting here today, okay? But yeah, there's the Permaholic phase. So in that transition over from, you know, not perming your hair, it's a struggle for a lot of people. Maybe not some, you know, if you like permed later in life, or, you know, you never had like that whole texture issue, you know, like the whole indoctrination of good hair versus bad hair kind of thing. If that was never you, then maybe that phase would not be difficult for you. So my advice to naturals in that phase is just give it some time. Just wait. Don't jump the gun. Yeah, your texture might not be what you think, but just give it some wait. Wait till you trained your mind to just get over that hump. Because that's what I said. I was there. And they're looking at my hair like, yeah, my hair is thick and all that stuff. But they're looking like, but your hair is so... I said, trust me, you're going to get there. Don't worry, okay? All right, so that's the Permaholic stage. Then you might transition into the reformed Permaholic phase, meaning that you no longer are struggling with being natural, okay? You might slip back from time to time, take on different traits. So they're no longer going through the, you know, oh, I need a perm, but they take on traits like texture comparison, okay? You know, I'll get people, you know, who would inbox me, or, you know, they'll leave a comment, but you always had long hair, but your texture, your hair will grow. And, you know, there's just like this whole texture stuff. And yeah, there's merits to it, but every hair has its strengths and its weaknesses, okay? So they no longer are feeling as much as the naturals who are in the Permaholic and is struggling, recovering. So they've recovered. They might slip back from time to time. Like when I was in like year 2, and there were days where I was just like, oh my gosh, I just can't be bothered with this. You know, I mean, I gotta go in the tub and wash my hair, and I have to be doing all this stuff all these hours. And, you know, so I'll have like little relapses and stuff, you know. But you take on traits like being natural is about, like what I think it is, like accepting you naturally, like God gave you that. However speed your hair grows, whatever texture it is, everything about you, accepting that. You're not fully there until you are in the reformed. Okay, and is it mutually exclusive? Can you be in between the two? Can you be going through the two things at the same time? That's why I'm saying it's not mutually exclusive. Okay, am I saying I'm in the reformed? I can't say that. I think I might be sometimes in between some of the phases. I'm not, definitely not in the Permaholic phase. I have gone through all of that stuff. But it's a difference when you accept who you are, okay? You are not going to type on somebody's a question, and you're not going to talk about their hair texture. You're not going to, you know, you're not going to talk about, you know, or getting into wars about what you're doing with your hair is this and that, and, you know, all these different things. Like, you're not going to get there. You're fully going to accept who you are, and you're going to accept other people for who they are naturally. That's just my thought process, and that's what I had shared with them. This whole journey is a journey. When I go places and people, you know, oh, I love your hair and da da da, it's very nice, okay? And I also have the others where people looking at me like I'm crazy, like, where you going with all that hair, you know? But guess what? I walk around like I don't care what you think about me, because I am doing my thing, okay? But those are like my 3 phases, and my advice is to anybody out there, if you are struggling with your hair texture, if you're struggling, whatever it is about your journey that you're struggling with, especially if you just started your journey, just give it some time.